let us recap a little bit what we have discussed for the past few weeks. If you still remember, or some of you have attended my webinar, all right, I did mention, okay, with the data that I show you in October, usually, market will bottoms more often, all right? And in fact, if you look at the US market especially, all right, US market was bottom in October, okay, exactly in October, right? So that is a useful information so that during that time you are able to accumulate some stock near the bottoms, especially the good company, good fundamental company, all right? So there is a purpose for you to attend this webinar so that you are able to understand what is the current market situations, and you can see that although the topic are similar, all right, every month, but however the content is different because stock market is dynamic, all right? So it's like a refreshments, what we call that, class for every one of you. So that's why I always encourage every one of you, all right, do come back to this webinar to refresh about the stock market update. And then beside that, okay, I also share with you the midterm elections. During the midterm election year, S&P 500 usually pull back, based on the average point around 17%. But however, this year, S&P 500 dropped more than 17%. So, but the key point is that, all right, after the midterm elections, okay, based on the data, based on the past historical data, S&P 500 is usually rebound, okay, in average around 32%. So based on the past historical records. And I also share with you that, okay, during the election year, US midterm election year, what happened throughout 2022. Now, in the beginnings of May, all right, until end of October, US market was really volatile. Although sometimes, it went up or rebound, but, when they pull back aggressively, all right? So when volatile market, I did advise, everyone to trade carefully and make sure, when you make money, you know when to sell, okay? If you do not sell, your profit will be wiped out, all right? And then what happened right now? Now we are entering November periods, okay? We are entering November periods. So based on the past historical data, okay, after the midterm elections, okay, supposedly, the S&P 500 should, continue their recovery mode, okay? But how true is it? All right, how true is it? Okay, we have to observe, okay, observe. All right, although based on the past historical record, we still need to observe. Why? Okay, because this year is very special year. There are many factors, especially the inflation, high inflation, high inflation, and then followed by high interest rate. Okay, so these are the two major issues that will affect the stock market. So whenever inflation increase, then the Federal Reserve will decide to increase the interest rate aggressively. So when that happens, okay, market will move in the irrational way again. All right. So therefore, okay, you have to be careful as well. Although recently the market already rebound, okay, but how aggressive will they pull back? Okay, we do not know yet. But if you compare with the past, previous rebound, the pullback was really aggressive. All right. But what about this time? So later we will discuss about whether to buy, hold, or to take profit. And then current inflations, okay, October inflation, especially in the US country, all right, the inflation has been reduced for what we call that, has been slowed down, okay, in the fourth month, beginning from July. August, September until October. And the previous forecasts, okay, the analysts or the experts forecast the inflations will be at around 8%, all right, will be around 8%. But however, in October, the inflations was 7.7%. So this is actually good news for a stock market. So that's why the US stock market rebound strongly after the, what we call that, after the CPI index data was announced or was released. And I did mention this graph as well, all right, if you still remember, when inflation's near peak, all right, is actually a time to buy a stock as well, especially the good fundamental company, all right. So based on this chart, right, it shows that when inflation near peak, okay, when inflation near peak, stock market will usually bottom out, okay, will usually bottom out. And if the inflations continue to slow down, okay, and what happened to the stock market? The stock market will rebound, okay. So this is based on the past historical data as well, all right. And if you look at the next, what we call that, indications, when the inflation near peak, okay, when the inflation near peak, all right, and then you can see that the stock market is usually bottom out, okay, and then rebound. All right, again, another one, okay, when the inflation's near the peak, all right, the stock market is usually bottom out and then rebound. So this is based on the past historical data, all right. But of course, is, you know, stock market, they will not move in the straight line, okay. It's not a V shape, that kind of thing. It will take some time, you know, to rebound, okay. Like for example, last couple of weeks also very volatile, all right. But however, after what happened after the CPI index, you know, show that the inflation has been slowed down, okay, then the market begin to rebound strongly. So this is some of the information that I have been shown, you know, some of you who have attended this webinar, you know, last couple of weeks, all right. So I hope that this information, you know, help you in making the right decision. Okay, so this is sector performance, okay. This sector performance is important as well, so that we know when to allocate our fund, okay, in the sector. Now, if you look at the 10 years sector performance, we look at the 10-year sector performance first, okay, the last column, all right, okay, 10 years of sector performance, okay. Now, in fact, okay, we have 402% is actually come from, you know, a technology sector, all right, come from technology sector, okay. And as of this year, okay, information or tech sector was down around 20%, all right, was down around 20%, as compared to what? As compared to energy sector. Energy sector was up around 64%. So come back to this, what we call that 10-year periods of tech sector, right? Okay. In fact, I believe now is the right time for you to accumulate some good technology stock, especially from the US, right? Because based on the past records, tech sector was the best performing in long term. And partly is because if you look at the situation right now, every one of us rely on the technology heavily. It's like, for example, it's like become a, you know, we cannot live without technology. Am I correct? Because every one of us look at our mobile phone, we look at our apps, okay? We look at our, what we call that, Instagrams, and we check our email every day, every hour, and every minutes. So we cannot live without technology anymore, all right? So the technology are here to stay. And in long term, all right, technology, definitely will recover, okay? Will recover. And this sector performance show you the proof, lah, okay? Basically technology sector in long run, okay, they will recover, all right? So that's mean my key point is that do take this opportunity to accumulate some good fundamentals technology company. All right, don't miss out this opportunity because some of the stock went down quite a lot. All right, that you never see in recent year, and then this is a chance for you to accumulate. All right, and based on the 1 year data, okay, based on the 1 year data, we take a look 1 year data. All right, 1 year data. All right, communication services, all right, was the worst sector. Okay, communication services like Facebook, or we call it Meta. Now they already changed to Meta, and then followed by Netflix. All right, they are under the communication services. So they are the worst performing sector in 1 year. All right. So currently, obviously, this year the energy sector will still be the best performing sector. So these are some latest sector performance for your informations. All right. So should we buy the dips? All right. Now there's no right way or wrong way. I just share with you my view. All right. Because if you are looking for long term, obviously, the correct strategy is to buy the dips, especially what is the good company to buy 啦，所以最重要的话就是说，如果你要买就是说你要做底了，最重要你买对公司。很多时候很多人他买错公司，然后他去抓底，当这个抓错公司的时候呢，这个价钱一直下跌。所以重点就是这个重点，你懂得买什么公司嘛？这个是重点了这些策略的话，谁都会做，但是你一旦买错公司的话， then 你就会被套牢。所以今天我会跟大家分享怎样正确的做法了所以你会就是说尽量避免买错公司，尽量避免买错公司。All right. So one of the fundamental investing strategy, okay, is usually buy and hold types, and then long-term investment. Okay, long-term investor. Okay. I believe many people want to buy the stock and then hold for a long term. All right. But sometimes, okay, thing may not favor you. Okay. Thing may not favor you. All right. Market will turn against you. Okay. And then the approach for this buy and hold and long-term investment is usually value investing. So what is value investing? Is basically you are looking for a fundamental good company to buy. All right. Then you do dollar cost averaging, or another word we call it average down. So the next thing is that you have to understand buying the dip does not guarantee profit, all right? Because why? If you buy the wrong company or if you buy the wrong stock, all right, your money will be stuck. Because every one of us is unique. Every one of us have limited fund. Okay, we are not Warren Buffett. Now Warren Buffett have a lot of money, all right? But if you look at Warren Buffett portfolio, he actually he has what we call that has a team who look after his portfolio as well. If you still remember, or if you do some checking, he also sell some stocks or sell some company at the loss as well. All right, because he has his team to make a decision. So it may not be necessary 100% to buy and then hold for a very long term. When Warren Buffett and his team notice that there is some problem with the company, then they will make a decision to sell away the stock at the loss. All right. So you can check this data. You can try to Google. All right. Warren Buffett stop loss what company or sell what company at loss. and price may not increase again or take a very long time to recover. So you become emotional, right? Some of you, if you buy too much, because when the stock price keep going down, you keep buying. All right, you keep buying. All right. 所以在这样的情况下，当这个股票一直下跌的时候，你一直买进，然后你一直买进，你要了解说我们的钱是有限的 ，OK？ 当你买到一个程度的时候，你没有钱的时候，你买太多的时候，会变成什么 ？OK？ 它会影响你的情绪啊，就是说你晚上不能睡觉啊 ，OK？ 白天的时候没有心做工啊。OK， 出去吃晚餐的时候没有心情啊，所以这些东西我们必须要避免的，这些东西我们也不想要。OK， 就是说，当这个股票下跌的时候，我们一直买进，因为它not guarantee profit. Alright, so at the end of the day, what happened? At the end of the day, you exit at the lower point. Do you realize that? Okay, do you realize that? Alright. 所以当你不能就是说你的情绪没有得到你的控制的时候，你就会做错决定。就是通常你的做错决定在哪里？你做错决定通常是会卖在低点呢，卖在更低的点。OK， 所以我不想这个事情会发生在我们任何身上。所以今天我们是来学习要怎样降低这个问题，或者是避免这个问题。All right. So based on my observation is that, okay, if you want to average down, okay, if you want to buy on dip, my suggestion to you is that it would be much more appropriate to buy on dip on index, especially S&P 500s, all right, or STI ETF. Okay. Now, why is that so? Because if you look at S&P 500, okay, S&P 500, usually there is a group of the, what we call that, expert, all right, to look after the component stock of S&P 500. There are some criteria or so-called eligibility, all right, you know, to put some stock in S&P 500. If let's say a particular stock that was already inside the S&P 500 and then they are not performing well, okay, the group of the expert will make a decision, all right, to take out this stock from the S&P 500s. So therefore, okay, I believe, okay, if you want to buy the dips, all right, it may be suitable for S&P 500 or STI ETF. All right, you can buy progressively, all right, because we do not know when is the bottom. It is a bit difficult to catch the bottom, but however, if you buy progressively, all right, in long term, S&P 500 is usually uptrend. All right, and then if you want to look for individual stock to buy on dips, all right, my observation is that it is better to buy the uptrend stocks. Okay, so 如果你要捞底的话 ，OK， 如果你是要看到这个股票要捞底的话，我的建议是说 ，OK， 最好是买那些上升趋势的股票哦。当它回调的时候，你才买进 ，OK， 当它回调的时候，你才买进 ，All right，OK， 所以这样的做法会比较好啦，哦。当然，如果它跌回 ，OK， 跌回的话，你也是要考虑止损 ，All right? Why? Because business will change, all right? So what does that mean? Okay, what does that mean? All right. Now, based on current situations, we are in the internet era. If a company cannot adapt, okay, their revenue will be affected. When their revenue is affected, their business is not good, their stock price will be affected. So that means their stock price may be crashed down. So therefore, if you are buying downtrend stocks, right, then you may have a problem. Okay? Because we do not know when this downtrend stock will be recovered. In fact, if you look at the company, those downtrend stock is usually their business has been affected, or is because of the competitor doing better than them, and then because of what? Because of the sales of the company has not been improved. All right, so that's why the revenue has been affected. So if you look at this situation, right, some of the stock like Sembcorp, okay, or maybe StarHub, all right. So if you look at this company, right, 5 years ago or 10 years ago was a fundamental good company. And I still remember my customer or my client told me that they want to buy Sembcorp for long-term investment, and then they want to hold and give it to their children and grandchildren. But if you look at the stock price right now, Sembcorp, okay, it has been dropped and continue to drop. So why? Okay, why? Because business could change. All right. So if business change and if you don't take actions, then what happen? Then you'll be stuck lah. Okay, you'll be stuck. All right. So that's why my suggestion to you is that you have to be careful. All right. When you want to buy the dips. All right. Provided you are very clear. Okay, what company that you want to buy. Okay, because not many people know what is the good company. So if you have that knowledge, okay, that's fine. But if you don't have that knowledge, okay, my suggestion to you is that safer to buy the index, especially S&P 500 or STI ETF. Right, so this is some of my suggestions. Okay, so the next thing we take a look the STI index performance, okay, and then followed by other index performance as well. Right. Before I show you the S&P 500, we take a look the US dollar. So the US dollar is obviously pullback as well. And then they also break below the long-term downtrend, right? So it's mean what? It's mean US dollar, begin to weak, okay? Turning weak right now, US dollar, all right? So why is that so? Okay, it could be partly because interest rate maybe the Federal Reserve because of the inflation has been reduced, right, has been slowed down. So the Federal Reserve may make a decision to slow down the increments of the interest rate as well. All right. So when that's going to happen, okay, US dollar begin to show some weakness. So I expect the slowness or the slowdown of this inflation probably may take 1 to 2 months, okay, and then we have to observe the situations. If the inflations is stubborn, or maybe the November inflation is a bit stubborn, then obviously the US dollar maybe improve a little bit. So we do look at the US dollar and as well as the stock market, and then we do some comparison. So beside that, if you are holding some US dollar, all right, you might want to change some of your US dollar to Singapore dollar. And I did mention about this US dollar last couple of weeks as well. All right, those who have some US dollar, you might want to change to Sing dollar because Sing dollar is quite strong. Okay, so these are some of my suggestions. Okay, and S&P 500. All right, so S&P 500 has been trading at 3,266。所以海峡指数的话，其实如果你看这个指标RSI 指标的话，其实它是在这个超买区了超买区。So this show that STI index, right, is already overbought. Okay, overbought. All right, overbought. So what is overbought? Okay, overbought means that stock market may have a what we call that a profit taking anytime soon. All right, a profit taking anytime soon, or may have a small correction anytime soon. All right, because obviously 3,300 is a resistance, all right? 3,300 is a resistance. So if you have bought some stock in the earlier stage, all right, for example, you know, when STI begin to rebound, all right, then you might consider to take some profit, okay, put in your pocket. Maybe you can consider, you know, sell some of your stock, maybe 30% or 40%, and then if the market do pull back, then you still have some money to buy again, right, when the STI index begin to rebound. But as of now, okay, STI index is overbought, all right, overbought, okay, it's quite obvious. And then we look at this S&P 500, all right, S&P 500, if you look at the candlestick here, all right, this was the bullish candlestick. Let me show you. Yep, this was the bullish candlestick. All right, and this candlestick was happened on October 13. Okay, was happened on October 13. So this is actually turnaround point on that day. All right, this was turnaround point on that day lah. All right, so you may realize, or if you still remember during that day what happened, market in fact gapped down. All right, they gapped down at the lowest, and then after that the market rebounds strongly at the end of the day. So that was the turning point on 13 October. Okay, on 13 October. So if you look at the slide that I show you, right, yep, this one, okay, so based on the historical data, okay, past records data, major market usually bottoms happen more often in October, all right, more often in October. And the chart, okay, also show that the October periods was the highest, okay, in terms of the market bottoming out. So based on the actual market situations, okay, in fact, US market was bottoming out in October. In October, 13 October. And then since then, what happened? Since then, the S&P 500 continue it what? Continue it momentum lah, huh? Continue it momentum, all right? Continue momentum until today, right? So, I mean, it is good if you happen to be here in my webinar during that time. Maybe you have some, you know, latest information to make some decision to accumulate some good fundamental on that time. Then you may have a good profit right now. Okay, you may have a good profit right now. But the thing here is that what happened, okay, today, okay, what happened today? So we take a look the overall chart, okay, the overall chart, right, the S&P 500 is still considered downtrend, all right, it's still considered downtrend, okay, so this is the fact. And what does that mean? That means, okay, we will have to be careful, okay, the resistance, because based on the past records, all right, every time when they hit the major resistance, okay, the S&P 500 will pull back. So what about this time? Will they pull back or not? So this is a question mark. Okay, this is a question mark. All right. So for me, my suggestion to you is that usually I don't fight the market, okay, because our opinion is not important, okay, because market want to go where they want to go, all right. So you have to believe, okay, what you have seen on the chart, okay, because why? The chart is actually show you the real data, okay. What does that mean? The candlestick that is appear on your chart, right, is basically driven by the human psychology behavior, okay, consists of 4 information. What do I mean by consists of 4 information? That means every candlestick consists of opening price, closing price, high price, and low price. So this is the real data, real transactions from where? From the market, okay, from the market. So if you listen to your friend, if you listen to your stock, what we call it, stock gurus, all right, everyone have their opinion, okay? That is opinion, okay? Remember, stock market, they don't care about the opinion, all right? You have to believe in yourself, what you are seeing, all right? So based on the current, what we call that, S&P 500, they are approaching the resistance right now, okay? If the market pull back, all right, that is normal, okay? Because it hit the resistance, a healthy pullback is required for the market to continue to go up. But however, if the market hit the resistance and then pull back aggressively, then we may see a next support level probably at somewhere here, all right? So that will depend on the situation whereby how the momentum will be continued. So maybe we give another few days or a week, then from there we will see how the S&P 500 perform, all right? So this, I believe, it may take 1 week, okay? If the price hit the resistance, then you have to be careful, okay? You have to be careful, all right? And the good news is that, okay, the RSI indicator also sloping up, okay? It shows that the momentum are still strong currently, okay? The momentum are still strong currently, all right? And then if you look at the previous record, okay, when the market or when the S&P 500 near peak, okay, the RSI indicator will indicate more than 70%, all right? So right now, the S&P 500 is still slightly lower than 70%. So they are approaching 70% now, all right? So they are in, almost near the peak, okay? They almost near the peak, all right? So again, all right, you must know what action, okay, to take when the S&P 500 approaching the resistance. But of course, personally, I hope that this time they will break through, okay? Hopefully this time they will break through. But however, for them to break through, I think they will need to take some rest first, okay, before they break through, okay? If the price can hovering near the resistance, okay, then it may give some hope for the index to be breakthrough, all right? But for now, there's no confirmation yet whether they will break through, all right? So we have to observe. And the next thing I want to show you is NASDAQ, okay? The NASDAQ index, 科技板块, all right? 科技板块 is very obvious, also downtrend. 所以你也是要特别注意 right? Because 下降趋势的话，如果它一旦中这个阻力有可能它会回调了有可能它会回调。So based on the past record, similarly, right? Each time when they hit the resistance, they will pull back Okay, so what about this time? Right? What about this time? So we will have to continue to observe. Okay, maybe give them a couple of days before the price hit the resistance. Okay, all right. But looking at the market current situations, I expect it will break through. I will expect it will break through because why? There are 2 reasons. Okay, number 1, inflation has been reduced. Number 2, US dollar has been weakening. All right, just now I show you the US dollar. Okay, all right, 所以美金的话它也是走弱。all right, 美金也是开始走弱，然后这个inflation 通货膨胀也是有稍微回调尤其是美国方面呢。Then 这样的原因的话，有可能美国政府有可能放慢这个调高这个利息，所以如果他们放慢这个调高这个利息的话，对这个科技股板块是非常有利的所以我相信有可能这个这一次有可能我也是希望说它会突破啦我也是希望说它会突破 right but nobody know okay because market they want to go where they want to go all right so you still need to be careful okay follow your plan carefully and then Hang Seng Index all right Hang Seng Index you can see each time when they pull back aggressively market always rebound okay when they pull back aggressively market always rebound so this is a characteristic of the Hang Seng Index characteristic of the Hang Seng Index all right if we do some drawing all right so the resistance is somewhere around here and then if we look at the details all right if we look at the details so if you look at these details the bottoms right the bottomings okay the bottoming was happened in October as well right the bottoming was happened in October as well so this is the RSI indicator when RSI indicator begin to break through okay begin to break through in October periods right so if we go back to this one all right so this data is quite reliable okay this data is quite reliable saying that a major market bottom occur more often in October so including what including Hang Seng Index all right Hang Seng Index was bottoming in October and then we have S&P 500 also bottoming in October as well right so if you have this data okay in the earlier stage then you can take advantage okay then you may enter some good counter in October periods all right and then by now you should have some good profit already so it's making easier for you to make decision right now whether you want to take some profit or reduce your position so my suggestion to you is that since the market is overbought all right so most market is overbought right now overbought okay overbought so what is your strategy for this case right you may reduce some of your position reduce some position okay take some profit right and then wait for the pullback okay wait for the pullback to re-enter again can why because if you do some measurements right the STI index Singapore market right 其实它已经涨了差不多18%了18%. Okay, so if you do some measurements, when STI index, when they rebound, usually 10%. all right? Usually they will take 10%. Okay, some is 7. Previously, the rebound also 10%. Then after that, they pull back. This one 7%, it pull back. All right, so this time 10%, and the resistance is 3003. Okay, so it makes sense for you to take some profit, right? It makes sense for you to take some profit. 所以如果你们手头上有股票有赚钱的话，可以考虑套利一些你的股票，卖出一些股票30%或者是40%了哦。等待时机，如果这个孩子有回调的话，你可以再进场哦，你可以再进场 ，alright。And again, based on indicator 指标的话 ，RSI 指标的话 ，OK，the RSI indicator also what? Also overbought, alright, overbought. OK, overbought. 所以结论的话 ，OK， 整个市场是超买啦，超买。So basically, it makes sense for you to take some profit. It makes sense for you to reduce some position and wait for the pullback. The pullback, I think, will be healthy, and then so that you can have money to re-enter the market again. All right, 可以吗？ So next thing, okay, before I go further to my watch list, let me share with you some of the students who share with me about their good testimonial. Although some of you who have attended my workshop, and then some of you who given me some testimonial, good testimonial, I want to thank every one of you. And Candy mentions that Caleb price actions workshop is basically conducted by a very experienced trader and the investors, all right. And then I give a very practical example, and then I don't show you 10 years ago, 5 years ago stocks. I show you the latest stocks that has been has the potentials, so that you can relate to what the current market situation as well. All right, and then and we have SIM, okay, mentions that the workshop is an excellent course which provide good about the trading strategy, especially the selling strategy and trade management strategy because a lot of retail investor, they only know how to buy, and if you look at your portfolio, most of the time you do not know why you need to sell. So the crucial part is that in this workshop, I will trying to help you to show you what is the right way to sell and why you need to sell. Okay, if you don't sell, what happened? You see what happened. If you bought a stocks last year, if you don't sell this year, your profit will be wiped out. All right. And then thanks Raj and Roy, who give me a very good testimony as well. All right. Okay, we take a look Singapore stock watch list. All right, no doubt. DBS, okay, the bank. If you look at the what we call that, if you look at my presentations on webinar for the past many months, all right, I always talk about the bank. Reason is because bank has potential due to the interest rate. All right. Even though in my 958 radio interview, I always mention about the bank okay, because of the interest rate. So that's why Singapore bank is still the best bank in the world. Okay, but next year, we do not know next year what will happen to the bank sector, all right? Because market will rotate. 所以风水会轮流转哦，就是说当这个今年如果是银行的年，但是明年不代表是银行的年了哦，所以每一年都有它的明星股 ，OK， 每一年都有它的明星股。如果我们讲到明星股的话，其实扬子江也是属于新加坡的明星股 ，OK， 你抓到这些明星股的话，你就会赚大钱了。哦，问题是你有没有做到 ？All right， 所以 that's why market rotations will happen. Okay, will happen. So what I mean is that this year bank perform well, but what about next year? all right? What about next year? So next year, we do not know how, okay, how the bank will perform. And therefore, we have to continue to observe through the chart, okay, through the chart, all right? Because by the time when you look at the earning, okay, earning report, it might be too late, okay? Why? Earning will only come out every quarter, every quarter. All right, first Q, second Q, third Q, and fourth Q. All right. So if let's say the company is doing well, okay, the revenue is increasing, okay, the revenue is increasing, all right, and the revenue may be peak, right, okay, in some year or in some quarter, the revenue may be in the peak, okay, so when the revenue in the peak, right, what happened, okay, so the revenue may be reduce, okay, decrease, right, when the revenue decrease, okay, then obviously, okay, the earning will be reduced as well. So when the earning reduce, what happened? The stock market price will be selling down as well. All right, but you have to understand stock market is forward looking. Okay, before the earning come out, you know, someone is able, okay, to predict, all right, or to forecast the company earning. So they may sell early than you. So they may sell early than you, all right? If you are the person who wait for the earning result to come out, then it might be too late, all right? So that's why for me, it does make sense to look at the chart to make decision, okay? It does make sense to look at the chart to make decision, all right? So this is some of my view, So we take a look DBS, okay? We take a look DBS, SIA, and Sheng Siong, all right? DBS. All right, so DBS obviously also overbought. Okay, you can see that DBS is obviously overbought, all right, because STI overbought, DBS also overbought. Reason is because that bank is the biggest component stock in STI index. Okay, bank is the biggest components stock in the STI index. So when STI index is overbought, usually bank is also overbought. All right, so the peak is here. So this is a resistance. Right, so I think we give them another 1 week maybe, or less than 1 week, all right, before they hit the resistance. And if the price can break out, then obviously it's good lah. Oh, so there are two scenarios right now. If the price can break out, this is good, but the price pull back, then the next support level will be 33.6, okay, 33.6, right? And we have SIA, okay, SIA is benefit from pandemic recovery, all right? So everyone begin to, want to travel overseas, all right, which I explained it, I think last time, okay, when the pandemic recover, what sector will be recover. So one of them obviously is airplane sector, all right, airplane sector. So right now SIA, okay, a rebound, okay, strongly from the support level $5, okay, $5, all right, and then they are overbought as well, right? RSI indicator show overbought, okay, and the price does break through, okay, this is good, right? The price does break through, all right, but they are going to give a dividend on December 9, okay, 9 of December, all right? So you just need to take note, okay? I'm not sure how high they will go, okay? Maybe they go up and then they pull back and then they continue their momentum again, right? So this is the what we call that SIA stocks, all right, SIA stock, and then followed by Sheng Siong, Sembcorp Industry. So Sheng Siong is a defensive stocks. Okay, you see, when the market drop, they didn't drop much. When the market rebound strongly, they also didn't rebound strongly as well. All right, they are still steady. So it's so-called defensive stocks. Okay, and then we have Sembcorp Industry recently pulled back already. All right, recently pulled back. So it doesn't, what we call that, the price has been weak this few week actually. Okay, the price has been weak this few days. All right, so we have the peak. All right, so this was the peak at $3.48. Then after that, the price pulled back aggressively. All right, the price pulled back aggressively. Okay, and then they hit the resistance, or they hit overbought zone, and then they begin to pull back again. Right, so the price pull back, and the resistance is $3. Right, the resistance is $3. So if the price cannot rebound and go up above $3, so if they can rebound and break above $3, that would be good lah. Right, but look like the price has no strength already. Okay, the price has no strength already. All right, and then partly is because the long-term uptrend has been broken. Okay, the long-term uptrend has been broken. So a bit tough for them to recover. Because why? Because it has been uptrend since pandemic until recently. Okay, one of the best performing stocks, 389% since pandemic. Since pandemic. So it makes sense for them to pull back. Okay, it makes sense for them to pull back. All right, it makes sense for them to pull back. So if you have the stock on hand, you bought earlier, you might consider to take some profit. You might consider to take some profit. Right. So this is my view. Okay, and then Yang Zhejiang, Chip and Seng, Yang Zhejiang. So Yang Zhejiang is also one of the best performing stocks. All right. So since pandemic was here. Okay, pandemic was here. Since pandemic, they went up 300% as well. Right, 300%. But the important thing is the trend. Okay, so far the trend is still uptrend. Uptrend still intact. Right, just that recently they have pulled back. Okay, and it's normal. It's a healthy pullback. We take a look what happened. Right, so this is the normal pullback. So the support level will be here. All right, so let's say, for example, if the price pull back and then rebound again, that's nice. But what if the price break below? Okay, then you have to be careful already. All right, so no confirmation yet whether they will break down. No confirmation yet. All right, because the support level will be somewhere around $1.28. Okay, before the price react. Okay, before the price react. Chip and Seng, Sembcorp Marine. Chip and Seng never move. Okay, although the STI index rebound. Okay, they still move in the sideway. And then lastly, we have Sembcorp Industry, right? Sembcorp Marine. Okay, Sembcorp Marine break out from the resistance, and then after that, overbought. All right, overbought. So the price pull back. So the next support level, where's the next support level? Right, where's the next support level? So this one is a bit tricky, all right? Because if you look at the support level, it's supposed to be here, right? Right, it's supposed to be here. So anyway, you still need to be what we call that? Need to be careful lah. Okay, need to be careful because it looked like the price trying to stay above the support level. Okay, look like the price trying to stay above the support level. And if they really drop, okay, I think the support level, maybe the first level is 1.27, 0.127, right, before they continue to go down further. So these are Singapore stocks, right? But of course, there are many stocks that rebound strongly, like for example, AEM. So AEM is one of them, rebound strongly, all right, after the aggressive sell down, all right? Okay, many didn't expect that, you know, AEM will sell down aggressively, then after that they recover, right? So that's why stock market is unique. When stock market is uncertain, okay, that is why the market begin to rebound. Okay, this is unique, okay. So that's why you need to have some knowledge how to catch the bottoms. And UMS as well, right? It dropped aggressively, break below support level 30%. Then after that, when they recover 42%. So again, this is a very special case, right? It's a very special case, right? So these are the technology stocks, okay, AEM and UMS, AEM and UMS, right? So next thing, we take a look the US stocks, all right, the green energy, Enphase, I think still strong, right? Enphase. So the price is actually near the resistance. And then this was the best performing stocks. Okay, this was the best performing stocks because if you look at the S&P and the NASDAQ, right? Okay, S&P and NASDAQ was was still downtrend, but however, this stock is uptrend, and then currently hitting the resistance as well, right? And we have First Solar, same sector like Enphase. So they are trading at the new high, okay? So look like the price may break out, Look like the price may break out. So these are the stocks that has been in my watch list for the past many weeks, And let me show you the China stock, Pinduoduo, all right? So Pinduoduo is one of the popular stock in China, One of the popular stock in China, right? So if you look at the price, right, the lowest was 23，所以这只拼多多的话，其实是很特别的股票了，最低点的时候其实是在23块多 ，OK， 所以低点的时候那时候是3月份，所以3月份的时候是低点，过后呢怎么样？过后它有回调了，回调，可是它回调，其实它的回调是跟之前的低点相比的话没有那么低。All right. So if you look at the what we call that pullback. So if you compare the recent pullback and last 2-time pullback, right? Each time the pullback, the price didn't go down lower than the $23. So what does that mean? That means the buyer keep coming in to buy at the higher price. So maybe they think that this stock has the potential. They are willing to fork out a higher price to buy the stocks, right? So if you look at the Pinduoduo, right, The lowest was $23 plus, and then if you compare the previous peak, it went up around 173%, right? Then after that, they pull back 32%, and then they went up 57%. Then after that, they pull back again 47%, and then they went up 84%, right? So each time when they pull back, right, is an opportunity, okay? So if you look at the pullback or you look at the gap down, all right, this gap down was scary, all right? This gap down was scary. How many percent? This gap down was 30%, right? 30%. But however, buyers are coming in on the same day to push up the price. So that means there are some intelligent investor, okay, smart investor coming in, you know, to buy near the bottom to push up the price, and then after that the price continue to rebound. So that's why this stock is interesting, all right? But of course, it's not for you to buy now. Why? Because the price is near the resistance, okay? The price is near resistance. So it's not for you to buy now, lah. Okay? It's not for you to buy now. Always wait for the support level, all right? The support level, where's the support level? 46, okay? $46. So these are China stocks, right? And then we have Hong Kong stocks, stock watch list, okay? We have medical sector stock, AK Medical, 1789. 1789. So this stock is currently in the recovery mode as well. They are in the recovery mode, all right? So we can see that the stock price is sloping up, okay? Sloping up, it means that the buyer or the investor willing to fork out higher price to buy this stock. So this stock price are moving up slowly, okay? They are moving up slowly, all right? And when we talk about Hong Kong stock market is also is an opportunity as well, because based on the Hang Seng index, all right, based on Hang Seng index, right, if you look at Hang Seng index, right, the lowest was 14,500. That means the lowest in the history, okay, the lowest in the history. So what does that mean? That means it's an opportunity for you as well, especially you are looking for a fundamental good stock to buy. So this is the time to accumulate some good fundamental stock. This is the time, right? And then we have COSCO Ship Energy. We see how it performed, 1138. Right? So it's become a bit volatile. Now, this COSCO Shipping Energy is different from the COSCO that listed in Singapore, are different. This COSCO Shipping is related to crude oil, right? So basically, this company actually transport crude oil. So that's why you can see the stock price is actually moving up nicely, all right? And then we have 1585 is an electric scooter, okay? Electric scooter. Previously was doing well, okay? But after that, because of the corrections, and then when it rebound, and then correction again, right? So we are always looking for opportunity when the stock price rebound. And then lastly, we have BYD, electrical vehicle, BYD company, 1211. So 1211, all right. Although it's still near the support level, okay, near support level, it's not really moving up yet, all right. But the support level was around $164. $164 is an opportunity, all right. But look at previous price, right? Every time when they pull back, they rebound. Okay, so now they pull back. Maybe we are looking for a strong rebound, right? So this is BYD, okay, BYD, right? So maybe they move in a sideway for now before the price continue to break up lah. Okay, I believe this stock got chance to, you know, go new high, right? But just that right now they are in the, what we call that, they are in the recovery modes. Okay, they are in the recovery mode. So this is my stock watch list. What about your stocks? Okay, you might want to share with me in the Q&A session. Q&A session, all right? Q&A session. Can you please share with your view on SIA, which I already share, all right? Oceanus, huh? Oceanus a bit difficult, all right? Because obviously the stock is still downtrend, okay? And as you know, usually I don't buy stock that is downtrend, right? But I think what you are thinking, okay, those people who buy this stock, right, they are looking for a new year, a Chinese New Year, because the abalones will be, you know, in demand, okay? So Chinese New Year may have high demand of the abalone, and then Oceanus the price may be increased, all right? I know what you're thinking, okay? But like what I mentioned, okay, you have to be clear what you are trying to do. Okay, you have to be clear what you are trying to do. All right, but it looked like you know, the market maker is not coming in. Okay, the market maker is not coming in to push up the price yet. All right, so there are many other stocks in Singapore. So why not you look for other stocks? Okay, that's my suggestion. Bought Yang Zhejiang Finance 335. Shall now? Edwin, I think you need to make your decision, all right? Because in this webinar, I don't advise people to buy or sell. You make your own decision, all right? Yang Zhejiang Finance. So you have to understand Yang Zhejiang Finance is different from Yang Zhejiang's shipping, all right? Because Yang Zhejiang Finance is an investment arm. So therefore, if the investments or general market is not good, okay, then in the financials, Yang Zhejiang Finance will not be moving. All right. So what I can share with you is that the resistance is here, 40 cents. All right. So if you want to what we call that, liquidate, okay, maybe 40 cents is the price. All right. But stock market is unique. When it hit 40, okay, maybe it will break out, or maybe it will sell down. Right? So you have to observe. Okay, you have to observe. So the good thing is that the price continue to rebound, okay, a little bit from 32 to 355. Right? So you give them some time. If they hit 40 cents, you might consider to liquidate your position. Right? AAPL TSM. So AAPL is a fundamental good stock, right? So if you have some money, okay, that you think you can hold, then you can consider, right? You can consider to accumulate. So the support level is 135, okay? The support level is 135. So are we in the resistance? Okay, obviously they are in the resistance, okay? So today maybe they may pull back a little bit. All right, they may pull back a little bit until the price break out to change the trend. Okay, so consider overbought right now. Consider overbought right now. All right, and then what else do we have? TSM. TSM. Yeah, TSM. I think everyone know, or I mean, majority of you know. All right, why the price gap up is because Warren Buffett just bought this share. All right, so that's why the price is actually kept up. Okay, but if you look at the price right now, is overbought. So if you look at the situation right now, right, everything is overbought, right? So if you bought it earlier, so that's why I say I already give you the conclusion. You may want to consider to take some profit, right? Wait for the pullback, then you re-enter again. And if you look at the trend line, we take a look at the trend line. So the price actually break above the trend line. The price break above the trend line, okay? Not sure they will sustain. Maybe they may have some pullback before they continue. All right, they may have some pullback before the price will continue. And CSPC 1093. This stock also hit resistance as well. All right, you see that previously was uptrend, nice uptrend. All right, so when they had this uptrend previously, the stock market tend to be very volatile, right? And where is the support? Okay, quite obvious. The support is $7.20, and then we have the resistance at $10.60. $10.60. So they move in a sideways for pretty long time right now. So you must know the characteristic of this stock. They move in a sideways. Sembcorp Industry, yes, just now I shared already. All right. So Sembcorp Industry, which I mentioned, if you enter at the high price, then my suggestion you cut loss. If you manage to enter at a cheaper price, I suggest you to take profit. All right. It seems like the trend of Sembcorp Industry have changed. Okay, have changed. So you have to be very careful. So I will only choose one stock to be fair, Tan. Okay, choose one stock. We take a look Tesla. Okay, TSLA. So Tesla was the weakest so far, right? So when the market rebound, it didn't rebound. Okay, not sure what happened. What happened to them? What happened to him? Okay, is he still around? So this is a resistance, all right? So the support level, where's the support level? So the current price is actually the support level. So the price is actually trading at the support level. If they continue to rebound, then the resistance is at $250. $250. Look like what we call that. Now, this stock was popular during the pandemic, but after pandemic, obviously, Tesla is no longer a popular stocks. Okay, no longer a popular stocks. All right. So what does that mean is that each time when they hit resistance, they may pull back. Okay, hit resistance, they pull back. And then obviously we have this downtrend stock, long-term downtrend stock, also important. In the event if the price can rebound and then hit the long-term downtrend stock, then that will be considered a resistance as well, right? So my view is that this stock is no longer a popular stock anymore. All right. P All right. Sorry, David. Okay, PFE. Okay, PFE. Phaser. What happened to Phaser? So this is also a pandemic stocks, right? Yeah. So they are hitting the resistance as well. Okay. A pullback may happening. All right. And what happened is that if where is the support level? Any idea where's the support level? Obvious. This is one of them, right? And then this is another one. So Phaser and a pandemic stock. Usually I don't participate in the pandemic stock anymore, right? I'm mostly looking for other new potential stocks. And then what else? Microsoft, okay, MFSD, Microsoft, MSFD. So MSFD. So Microsoft also affected, okay, turning down. Are they in the resistance as well, right? Okay, we take a look the channel, see what we can see. So yep, obviously they hit the resistance also, first level of resistance, right? And then followed by, we have another resistance here. So if the price can break through, then we are looking at somewhere here, right? Somewhere here. So whether they will pull back or rebound, okay, that will depend on that day when they hit the resistance, right? If no profit, if no profit, depending on what stock you are buying, all right? Since you have 96 as your watch list, what's your view? U96, am I? What is the stock of this? Sembcorp industry, I already mentioned. Okay, I already explained just now. Samudera can consider. Samudera already high. All right. I think that day before the what we call that. Let me show you Samudera. Samudera, we did mention about it before the price go up. Yep, this guy. So Samudera, okay. This one is Samudera before the price go up further. So that was November 14, okay. 2 days ago, we talked about that. But now it's already too high, okay. So my suggestion is wait for the pullback. Okay, wait for the pullback. All right, wait for the pullback because you can see that RSI also overbought already. Okay, RSI also overbought already. Right. S57, Samudera, yeah. ST Engineering, all right. ST Engineering is in the recovery mode. Okay. So this was the lowest. The lowest was $3.11. Then after that, rebound okay, hitting resistance right now, okay. Are we looking for a rebound, continue rebound? So that would depend again. So this is a overbought as well, right? And then we have hitting the resistance also, all right? So you may want to wait for the pullback. But if you look at the general market right now, in fact, most of the stocks are overbought, okay? They are overbought. So why not you wait for pullback, okay? You wait for pullback before you want to enter again, right? And then this one also support turn resistance as well, support turn resistance, right? Maybe last stock, so if I cannot cover your stock, right, I apologize, because of the time limitation. Okay, Ping An, super downtrend, okay, but although there are some recovery, okay, but it's still very weak, okay. If you look at the market, it's very volatile, all right, it's very volatile, okay, and obviously right now hit the resistance, so it's a very strong resistance, this one, okay, it's a very strong resistance, okay. So obviously most of the stock are overbought, okay, overbought, right? When the price was new low, many people don't dare to buy. But do you realize that every time when there is uncertainty, right, that's when the market rebound. So I always suggest that when you are not sure, but then you want to buy because the price is oversold, you can consider to buy small position. There is a benefit if you buy small position, all right? Reason is because that when you are right, okay, and you can consider to add position. But however, if you are wrong or market turn against you, that is fine because you enter small size, so you can cut loss with small amount. So there is always a benefit if you buy a small position when you are not sure, because market always rebound during the uncertainty. So if you can, all right, if you can, you buy small position so that you can make decision later whether you want to add position or not. All right, so that's all from me, okay, about the stock analysis. Let me go to the slide, all right. All right, so the retail investor problem is that, okay, most of the retail investor, they like to buy, stock that to keep for long-term investment. Nothing wrong with that. But the problem is that, okay, you have to understand the company well. If you don't, all right, and then you buy and you hope to buy and keep for long term, okay, then the business will change. Okay, when the business change, what happened? All right, the price will go down. Okay, when the price go down, then you become stuck. So these are the stock that I think most of you are familiar with. Okay, like for example, Sembcorp, Starhub, Informatics, Os Group, Oceanus, MM2, Asian Pay TV, Costco Shipping, Top Glove. All right, so previously was fundamental good company, but if you look at the price right now, most of them are become cheaper and cheaper. So you don't want that to happen to you, all right? So that's why you need to increase your knowledge, okay, to avoid this type of stock or to reduce your mistakes from buying into this stock. Most importantly, you must know when to sell, all right? You must know when to sell before the price crash down further. Some of the stock you are familiar also, like Noble Group, M1, NOL, Midas, Swiper, Ision, and Yuzu. Many. Okay, if I name it, if I continue to name it, I don't have a space to type in. All right. So these are the stock that you are familiar with. All right. So if you don't want, your portfolio to continue to be, in the negative figure, then my suggestion to you is that you might want to look for a solutions. Now this solution called price actions. Why price actions? because price action allows you to spot the pattern of the chart. Now, if you still remember, if you look at the chart show you the real data. Now, this data consists of a candlestick pattern. This candlestick pattern consists of 4 informations: high price, low price, opening price, and closing price, driven by human psychology behavior. So by looking at the chart, right, you have the advantage because you know you are able to discover what is the pattern of human psychology behavior, so that you can make an earlier decision whether to buy, whether to sell, or whether to liquidate your position earlier before the price crash down. And it always more effective. Reason is because that if you wait for the earning result to be announced 3 months later, then it will be too late for you to react. Do you realize every time when the price get down is because of the bad earning result? Okay, if you wait for the earning result, it will be too late. That's what I say. But however, if you look at the chart, you can take actions, okay, slowly. When I say you can take action slowly, you can sell half the position first, and then followed by selling another half of the position. At least you can take some, you know, actions to reduce your position, to reduce your risk before the price continue to crash down. And let me share this with you, all right? The 14 hours training, mastering price actions, that is conducting by me. And if you are interested, or if your family member or friend are interested, you might want to share this with them, because currently these workshops are still under IBF grant. So basically, a lot of people think, okay, price actions is for what we call that short-term investment. Many of you think price action is for short-term. In fact, price action cater for all time frame. Okay, it cater for mid-term. It also cater for long-term. Okay, let me talk about long-term. All right, long-term, that means if you know fundamental, you are looking for a good company to buy. Right? But however, you may have problem, okay? You may have problem, okay? You may want to know what price to buy, okay? Do you realize that most of the time you buy at the high price? Most of the people, they will buy at the high price. All right? Because why? Because of the, okay, emotions. Okay, or fear of losing the opportunity, fear of losing opportunity, and then most of the people, they will chase for higher price. Okay, they will chase for higher price. But what if I can tell you, okay, if there is a solution for that, okay, if there is a solution for that, all right, would you be interested? My suggestion to you is that why not you combine price action together with the price action, right? Because price actions help you to identify the good company, and price action help you to know or identify best, BEST, best price or best time to buy, right? So this is what we call that. This is the fact, actually. This is a fact whereby when I show you the index, right, if you still remember the S&P 500s, right? So if you have the chart, if you are knowledgeable in looking at the chart, you are able to catch the bottom. You are able to catch the bottoms, right? By looking at the chart, you know that during that time, the candlestick was bullish. Why the candlestick is bullish? Because, you know, there are more buyer interests are coming in to push up the price, and then the big momentums will happen in next few weeks. So these are the what we call that knowledge that you should have, all right, beside fundamental analysis, to what, to actually, okay, to combine this both fundamental analysis, it will give you a quality trade, all right. If you are able to enter near the bottom, obviously your profit margin will be improved a lot as compared to your friend who are buying at the higher price. So that's why price action cater for the all time frame, not necessary for short term as well. Okay, this is my clarifications. And then beside that, okay, stock buying. Beside that, a lot of people, okay, they are looking for a buying strategy. All right, I think most of the people spend their time, at least 90% of their time, looking for a buying strategy, right? But however, okay, however, many of them overlook on trade management and selling strategy. So if you ask yourself, right, okay, when you buy the stocks, okay, do you think of when are you going to sell? Most of the time, your perception is to what? Is to buy and hold for long term. Am I correct? That is the problem that you have. And eventually, right, if you look at your portfolio, when you buy, right, you buy the right stock, you make money initially. But however, why? Okay, 1 month later or 2 months later, you become losing money. This is because you spend too less time in trade management. I guess, you know, most of the people, they only spend 5 minutes each for selling strategy and 5% on trade management. But if I can tell you, all right, if you can improve yourself by looking at these two areas, okay, I guarantee you that you will improve your portfolio significantly. All right. So in this workshop, I'm going to show you many examples. All right. Why you need to sell and where to sell, most importantly. And then I will also share with you how are you going to manage your portfolio or your stock in the proper way. All right. We don't want our profitable trade become a losing trade. So how are we going to manage that? All right. So in this workshop, I'm going to share with you these two most significant area. All right.